Okay, hi cuties patooties. I wanted to talk about how much our mind loves suffering and loves victimization and loves feeling like we have it the worst. The worst case scenario, the catastrophizing, I have a video on that. If you're struggling with like being dramatic about every situation and letting your anxiety consume you, I have a full guide on that. So try to look for it on my channel somewhere. I have a pretty good following of people who have big dreams. We know what we're doing this for. People full of passion, people full of ambition, people full of understanding and deep feeling. I've noticed it in myself. It's like a pattern of ego. I'm not saying that ego is not good because you need it. It's a part of you. It helps you survive. It helps you grow. It's a part of who you are. A nice tool that you can use, but the important part is you need to use it and not let it use you. So I noticed the pattern in myself that I want to share. It might help you realize how to utilize it better and work with it. So basically, when we try to motivate ourselves by saying, I'm doing this alone, I am like on my own, it's such a great motivator. It makes you feel so powerful. It makes you feel so independent, so strong, so like, I have a few songs that I play at the gym when it gets really hard. I'm just like, let me play this. One is called Corrupted Files and one is On My Own by Jaden. This is like my go-to songs if I need like a kick of, not even motivation, you know what I mean? If anyone goes to the gym, if anyone is a runner, if anyone is an athlete, if anyone is using music in order to push you to do something, you know what I'm talking about. But it's when the lyrics hit your soul and you perform. Just listen to a bit of it. You will get what I mean. And it's not actually an act of self-victimization, because if you think about it, you're kind of empowering yourself. You're telling yourself that you're strong enough to do this alone. You're embracing the journey of isolation. You're telling yourself, oh, this suffering, this loneliness, this emptiness, this pain, you know, all of this is worth it. I'm doing this on my own. All the credit to me. That's beautiful from one side. From another side, though, I realized just today how egotistic it is. How it doesn't work that way. Because you're never doing this alone. Anyways, let me play the song for you so you just get the vibes, and then I'll go straight into explaining why I feel like this is ego. Anyways, I'm yapping. Listen. So the first one is Corrupted Files. I can promote fucking music here, I think. You guys love my music taste so much. Understandable. I link my Spotify in the description so you can check my playlist.
Cause I can't trust nobody. I was doing it all by myself. I didn't need no help. I didn't do it with nobody. And it's still jammed in the back of my head that you gotta watch out for everybody. We don't make no sound, catch everybody. Phone him itching, he trying to catch everybody. Last summer we was really hurt bad. Lost Brody to that crash. I went to some parties, but I don't go to parties. Cause there's too many people, and I don't need goofy things to be started. I'm trying to live large, I'm trying to live large.
You get the vibes? You get the vibe. I'm doing it all by myself. I did not need no help. I did not need nobody. I feel like I'm my Polish teacher, like I'm dissecting a poem. Very seriously, I love it so much. Like, I did not need no help. I did not need nobody. You needed me. I did not need you. Were you using me? Were you utilizing me? Were you providing value? Because I was doing it from the heart. Anyways, going too deep now. What I'm trying to say is, imagine me on a staircase master listening to this, being like, I am really doing this shit. I see the vision. I got a few days till a very important event and I'm working on it. I literally have no one working on it with me, on my own. Again, a nice little, you know, it's pushing me forward. Now I'm gonna play On My Own by Jaden now. One of my favorite songs, one of my favorite running songs. Beautiful. It's making you feel seen. This is what I mean. It's like, I see your loneliness. I'm going through this as well. And it's like, your ego is so fired up by this emotion of like, it's seen. My efforts are respected. They are felt. And as much as it plays a role of like a great motivator, as I said, it's disregarding the whole situation of like why this song was even created. You are not alone in this. Like, if you drown in this victimization of yourself and not use it properly as like a motivator, because you can use it as a motivator, but then get angry, get sad, and get depressed listening to this song. I'm doing it all by myself. I didn't need no help. You can drown in it and be like, I am angry at this world. No one helped me. No one saw me. no one understands me. Like, you can really complain about it. Like, this leaves space for ego to act in a different way. I feel like this works in the same way like aggression, because aggression and anger is a beautiful, fiery emotion, pushes you to grow. It leads to action. While sadness is like a more numbing, calming, drowning, sticky emotion, anger is like, let's fucking go. If you use it correctly, you can use it correctly. If you don't use it correctly, you can drown in it and use it in a destructive way. That's exactly what happens with these songs. Listen to On My Own. I love it so much. Just like telling you this in order to pinpoint a mechanism that happens in your brain, like to just show you this little part that you can notice and choose to switch to a better frequency, like alchemize it, you know, change the vibe a bit, and you can use it properly. Just like, don't drown in the feeling that I'm doing this alone. Just the fact that these songs were created, that these books were written, that these films were directed, everything in this world, every conversation that you had, anything that provided this feeling of, I feel this, is enough proof that you are not doing this alone. That literally, it's a collective experience. And the fact that your ego wants to feel empowered by the fact that you're doing this alone is giving you this unproductive power, is giving you this ego power, not the humbling, we're doing this together. I feel alone in this. I'm powerful because I'm doing this alone, but also I know that there are a lot of people who are doing this alone as well, and that's empowering. You can kind of change the vibration of it a little bit so it can be even more strengthening, rather than feeding your ego this illusionary, I'm the fucking best. It has so much potential. All of these negative ego things, all of these angry emotions, all of these like, you're so full of yourself. You can be, if you don't utilize it correctly. If it's not from the heart, if it's not worked through, if it's not genuine, if it's only just to fill a void of sadness and loneliness without exploring it, without going deep in it, without understanding it, it can be very, very destructive, and it can be purely ego from the negative side of it, if you know what I mean. But if you use these things correctly, you will realize that this is proof that you're not doing this alone. And then you can just intentionally say, I did it myself, I didn't need no help, I didn't do it with nobody. You know what I mean? Just be intentional with it, realize it. You are never alone. But let me play On My Own and explain why you're never alone.
Just imagine running to this. It's just so beautiful, just so powerful. Listen to every lyric, just every feeling, how it makes you feel. I love how music makes you feel. That's the most important part. You can feel soul in it. You can feel essence in it. If it's just don't know. But I still listen to it while I run, because that's a powerful song. Anyways, listen, On My Own, Jaden Smith and Kid Cudi.
The more and more people come up missing, the more they release more chicken sandwiches and shit. I'm noticing that.
What I understood today, while I was running, or I was just on the staircase master listening to one of those songs, I was just like, it's very difficult to have a unique experience. All of these people at the gym with me right now are going through something. Battling their own demons in some way, or working towards something, or having some kind of they're transmuting energy right now with me. And I'm not doing this alone, even though in my headphones I'm listening to something that is reassuring me in my belief that I'm alone in this experience. Even though every experience is so unique, you are never doing it alone. There's so many people who create on their pain, create on their suffering, and provide us with this artistic proof of these experiences. If you check the Bible, even anything from before we started counting, people have been suffering. People have been writing it down. You were never alone. Like, no matter how much your ego wants to experience this, I'm really on some shit. You can use it with giving credit to the whole collective experience of suffering, with realizing that you are not unique. Humble yourself in your suffering. Suffering is so powerful. Like, when you really work on yourself and understand how to properly chase dreams, get things done, realize your full potential, really like productively work on yourself and receive things, make things happen, you understand that suffering is beautiful. And you can indulge in this beauty of suffering and unconsciously get sucked into the ego loop of, I did it all by myself. I did not need no help. I did not need nobody. Because what essentially is happening when you are suffering, you are guided. If you were born, if you're breathing, you are guided. You were not born broken. You were born blessed because you are here. You are here for a reason. And you being here is the proof that you are guided. So in some way, you are guided to suffer in order to learn something from it. So on this path of guidance of your suffering, you have choices. You have choices to make some decisions and create actions and witness reactions. So what ends up happening, you can choose to, while you're learning that suffering is a great thing, you can transmute it as a beautiful energy that gives you space to create, you can indulge in it so much and fall in love with it so much that it might transform into an ego pattern of you being so full of yourself and isolating yourself from anything and anyone who you feel like isn't on your level. That's one thing, but also another thing, remember to always give credit to everything that is surrounding you, to see your suffering in everything, to see your happiness in everything, to share everything. Every experience is shared. There's like, it's a meme type of a sentence, but there is no unique experience in this world. They are kind of different, like different fonts of the same story written down, We all live through very, very similar patterns. That's why we are able to learn, but because we are living through it with our own filter, we can share it, create on it, and reflect this pain, put it into words, put it into art, put it on paper, put it on like through painting, anything. Our subconscious is tied together. We are all God in different forms. So that's why these lessons are reflecting everything and we can learn together. Like every single little ant in this world lives a very similar reality in a completely different way. And because we can create on our own unique experiences, we can kind of merge them, provide each other value that we can't see because we live in completely different perceptions of reality, but the reality is the same. Do you get what I mean? Like, create, merge it, give appreciation for this collaboration of energy. Never tell yourself that you are unique in your suffering. Never tell yourself that you are doing this alone. It's discrediting the whole concept of God giving you accidents, opportunities, conversations, people, anything that anyone tells you is value, even if you are unconscious of it, even if you don't realize it. It's here for you to learn something. It's here for you to realize and feel something. So, for example, people always ask me like where I get the wisdom from. That's the most stupid question in the world. I get the wisdom from avoiding distractions. I get the wisdom from focus, from organization, from sacrificing, comfort for my dreams, for my visions. I get it from God. I didn't do it myself, even though I'm doing it myself and I'm really not getting any help, actually. But if I'm thinking for real, I'm so blessed with so much support. Everyone is helping me. My family is the best support system in the world. All of these people on the internet, the best support system in the world. I have a roof over my head, this beautiful room, all these posters. I was born beautiful. My mind is working correctly. My body, I'm so fucking blessed. All of these opportunities falling into place, all these little accidents, all these conversations. It is luck in some sense, but it's luck used correctly. It's a lucky person not being distracted by instant gratification, by lust, by attractive opportunities that are not aligned with their values. A lucky person being focused and driven and humble under God. If you see everything as love, you will act on it. You will provide yourself proof of the fact that everything is love. Even in your suffering, you're not suffering alone. Even in you doing it alone, you're not alone because everyone is doing it alone, so we're not doing it alone. Me getting my wisdom from my own experiences, gaining knowledge, getting to some point, getting the reward, experiencing it fully, like learning the lesson from it. I have so much value in this one experience. Like imagine people who I look up to in my creative expression, in my art, in all my projects, and just the way that I do things and live life. People who inspire me have reached out to me. Like we've been talking. It's insane. How am I doing this alone? Yes, of course, I'm doing this alone. I don't need no help, and I didn't do it with nobody, but let's be humble. Everything is falling into place for you. Even this experience of feeling it, of you like using it as fire, as motivation, is proof that you're not doing this alone. So the lesson here is use your ego consciously so it doesn't use you. Understand this pattern of the possibility of your ego using you, and use it with intentionality to fire you up to do more work and to provide more love and to accumulate it more, to spread it more, to be more, to live more, to feel more. I love you. Be intentional. Listen to good music. Move your body. Move your mind. Besitos.